All right, so norm rules meeting June 28th, and we met over a month ago in May and looked at our spring project. And that documentation, we put some notes in there of what needed to be added, which I have not had a chance to do, but I just reviewed the notes and they still make sense, so we're good. Um, Whatever project we decide to tackle next, I think it's an excellent chance to practice working with norm rules and records in the sandbox before going into a production environment. So here is the Bellevue fully refreshed and rebranded as our mid-size sandbox, our gala. So at our last meeting, we thought of a couple of projects that we might be interested in tackling. Yeah, I didn't know how to say like not present, but because everyone else is not present, but there are a few people who specifically reach out and are like, sorry, I can't make it. And I guess I like want to acknowledge them somehow. Um, anyway, um, yeah. So if we want to kind of take a look at the projects we talked about last time and just choose one and dive in, we can figure out what sample records we might want to load into the sandbox and then kind of go forward from there. So we had one that was moving text from a call number to a subfield. We had one kind of a question about creating the ebook fields of 336 to 338, and Victoria had a one that can be adapted for that, which might be an interesting one to be able to say, oh, we've found something similar, and then document the process of adapting. We've got the updating the WLN to OCLC number one, which could be of all of these the most complex. I'm not really sure, but I suspect. And then there was also a bib record normal sitting in the Whack2Click Google Drive that perhaps we wanted to take a look at to see if it still was relevant or accurate. So any thoughts on what might be, I don't know, interesting, useful, quick, so that we feel accomplished? Frankly, that's where I'm at right now.
Well, I feel like I could speak for both me and George. Could George helped on this? The updating WLN bib records to add OCLC record numbers, that one's pretty complicated. And I'm not even sure you could do it with a norm rule.
It'd be a multi-process process.
Yeah.
So maybe and how, I also get the impression that hopefully that's a more isolated problem.
Yeah, I'm not sure how many libraries still have that issue at this point.
So then do we think that the ebook fields are maybe moving the text from the call number, like one of those two would be the most widespread of use? And since we have the book one that might go adapted, maybe that'd be an
Yeah.
easy one to start with.
Yeah, I say let's go with Victoria's.
Okay, so please describe the problem for me as a non-cataloger.
Sorry, it took me a minute to find my unmute button for
Oh,
Zoom.
you're fine.
So when I import records from OCLC, sometimes they don't have the 336, 336, 7, and 8, 336, 7, 8. And I to add these.
And are these specifically ebooks or
Yes.
books? Okay.
Well, I mean, print books too, but when Leslie was
It's
here,
the
we made
ebook,
one for we made one for the print books already.
Got it. Okay. So there's existing normal. So we okay, so step 1, should we find
I
an
have
ebook?
text. I have text for the physical one,
Okay.
the normal text.
Okay. So you want to find it and paste it in here?
And that's for the physical book.
Okay. Okay. And the issue of why this specific normal rule doesn't work with ebook records. What's that?
It's just sometimes they're missing, and to add it in, it can take longer than it is to just run a normal on that particular record.
So does this norm rule as it exists work on the ebook records, or do we need an indication rule to find ebook records that maybe don't have these?
Well, I mean, that is, I mean, something else to think about, but I usually just do it as I come across them when editing records.
I found a community norm rule called RDA 3XX fields from, looks like, University of Texas at Dallas, that adds 336, 337, and 338 fields depending on the format. So it does different things if there's evidence that something is an ebook.
Oh, that's interesting.
Microfilm, like different types of microfilm or microfiche, braille books, videos, streaming videos, audiobooks, online audiobooks, online maps.
Okay.
CDs.
What if we could write the indication?
print. Like it doesn't do it for print, but like
Right.
maybe we
It does that for everything else.
could- for everything but print books.
Well, maybe we could then write, where's do you have a link for that one?
I've got the name of it.
Okay.
It's
Let's
called
throw it.
RDA 3XX fields. Oh, that's right. That's the name of the norm rule that you can get to in the metadata editor.
Okay. Testing. Guess we'll see if like community normals show up in sandboxes.
Right. Yeah, so click on the rules tab. And then I just searched once the community section finally finished loading.
Good. All right. And you searched RDA.
I searched 3XX. Yeah, and those were the two things I found. And when I looked at both, I think they're the same thing, but like maybe George could weigh in.
Can you look at these side by side? Is that I mean, I'm not seeing any.
I don't know.
What's the info? This one was modified 4/11/2019. This one's 2027, 2020. So maybe South Carolina made some tiny edit, but okay, so we have this one. Okay, it is called all right. In community.
Yeah. And if we just search RDA, a couple other, well, actually a bunch of other rules show up.
I mean, this one looks pretty sweet. So if we figured out how to combine this one with Victoria's, and then we wrote an indication rule that would give you a set of all of your records that don't have these fields, we could theoretically give people really cool combo tools. Yes?
Yeah.
So, okay, help me out, catalogers. And that one's okay. So then this other one is yeah. So this looks like pretty similar to yours, Victoria. It's just got a little bit different syntax, I think.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. Mhm.
And then there's this one that is, okay, stop popping up. I just want to come, okay. Okay, literally not a single character change between that RDA physical books and what was the other one? 3. Okay, here we go. Yep, nothing changed, just the title.
Beautiful.
I do a lot of color by number iPad drawings, my kid, and so she like makes me find the tiny little fields that are blinking, you know, when she misses something. So I've been training for this moment of quickly viewing characters to see if anything blipped. Okay, so I guess why would the so how does so this is ebook, microfilm, microfiche, book braille, video, DVD. So it looks like the syntax on the exists line changes based on the material type. So on the book one, really wish this one just says when it doesn't exist, you add it. So in order to get this one to apply only to books, we would need to apply the further designator up here of like what
But maybe we want to do the simple one. Like maybe we just want it to be if you've opened up the record in metadata editor and you know that you've got a physical book and you just want to add the 3xx fields, like maybe we do want to have like, here's the rule that you need for physical books, here's the
ebook.
rule that you need for ebooks.
And then maybe we see if there's an indication rule to find records that don't have those fields, and then we just write up the instructions linking the existing stuff together.
Oh yeah.
Because it looks like between these two rules that exist in community, you'd get book and not book. And it looks like there are well, that makes no sense. So if I were looking for an indication rule,
There wasn't anything for RDA.
Nope.
Huh.
So I'm in indication and if I do RDA, it's just this weird stick thing.
And there wasn't anything for 3XX.
Not for 3XX. I'm wondering if there's a 3.3. Retrieve all records that contain a 336 and a 337 and a 338.
Look at the one below.
Retrieve all records that do not contain. Boop, 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 boop. Okay.
Whoa. I've never seen this layout before.
This is, oh, it's a form, not a drool.
I didn't know forms were a thing.
Yeah. Where are they
Forms could be
hiding
nice.
that little tidbit? What?
Ooh.
Well, I feel like the
What,
game
can
just
we do norm rules as forms instead of drools?
okay. I'm just gonna copy this name right here so that we've got it in our notes, but then let's play with that.
Yeah.
What was the other one? It was like
And make a note that that's an indication rule, and it's in a format, so it's easier to read and understand.
I'll unhighlight things later. And then the other one was like RDA something. Let's just find it real quick and then we can come back to this funness. Was it this one or this one? For books or just physical books?
I think the physical books one and the book one were
Or
both
identical?
the same.
Yeah, I think you had said that they were identical.
Yeah, okay. Okay, we've got that note. It's gonna bother me if I don't unhighlight this. That's hideous. But better. Okay. All right. So let's go to rules, norm, new, norm. Aha, you can't do a norm rule in form. But can you do an indication rule? Yes, so an indication rule you can do in this form thing.
Whoa, that's really exciting, because that's so much easier than writing code.
Well, and you've got like the different record types. What other ones can? Okay, merge. Nope, it's just a merge thing. Brief. Oh. Interesting. Okay. What's an indication rule we could try and write using form? What if we tried to duplicate our our equipment that's not correctly done.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. And we're not even gonna look at our old one because no, we'll just not, we'll just, yeah, okay. So, however, what did we call it? LDR material type. Okay.
Or equipment with bad codes. Oh, but wait, so it's an indication rule, so it's only searching, it's not changing.
Yeah, so we wrote the indication rule. And like we found a sample rule, and here's how to like create one. And this is how to do a Drupal one, and then here it is. So I guess we are cheating, but we're not cheating because we're trying to figure out what it is. So we had the rule of find all records where LDR 6.1 is M.
Or,
And that gave us all of the records that were categorized as computer files.
right. Or I'm kind of thinking, jumping back to Victoria's question, like, could we create an indication form that looks for specifically print books that do not have a
The
366
336.
or 337 or 338?
Okay, hold on. Let's see.
And how do we identify something as a print book versus an ebook?
Okay, so if we run this, so we're gonna duplicate this, and it's just in the sandbox. I'm not gonna share it, but that way. Okay. So
can
this
we-
is ours.
right.
So now we're not messing with theirs.
Right.
So if we want to add part of this or add a group, now the indication, okay. So if we want to run this on a set of records, right?
Yes.
Okay. And we do that.
I think probably the easiest thing to do
Oh,
is,
on a set of physical titles.
yeah, just create a logical set of physical titles that
Okay, so I think I actually, none of these will have anything in them anymore. So all physical titles, all titles. And
oh wait, instead of doing all titles, change that drop down to physical titles.
Okay. Headphone. This is good. Okay. Oh, it's because physical titles.
Yeah.
Okay, physical title. All right. So now okay, all physical titles. So now we go to, nope, there's the directions. Okay. Run indication rule on new set of physical titles, which is why we needed instructions on this. Okay, so do we filter this set with an indication rule, or do we go back into MDE and run the rule?
I think we go into the MDE and run the rule.
Okay, so rule delete two. How seriously? Create a new form-based indication rules. Ooh, we'll have to have a whole. Okay, I think
Testing. There was
Touching on-
testing right up,
Yeah.
just up a little bit, testing.
Okay.
Yeah.
To test, once you've created and saved your rule, click the arrow. Okay. There. It must. We have to have a record.
Yeah, like this is the part where I can always get stuck.
Okay,
because
yeah.
it's all this information about here's how you create it, but
Then
like,
applying it.
thinking about how do you run the damn thing is not easily apparent.
Okay, testing. Open a bibliographic record in the MD editor, select split editor, select rules, locate the rule. So
But we want to run it on a whole set, not just one record.
let's do that. Yeah, okay. It's under filtered set, under managed set. So we need to look
Because
up.
the rule is marked private, it's or
Could be. Okay.
or it
Or
may
because I haven't saved it.
or possibly even because it's a form and not a drool, we can't run it that way.
That way. Creating testing. Okay, see filtering sets. So indication rules are for filtering sets. To filter existing sets using indication rules, create the required and store in the shared file folder in the MD editor. So it must be that I didn't do share. So can I save as? Of course not. Huh? Oh no, broke Alma. Boop boop.
Froze Alma, time to go home.
Okay. I'm just going to delete this one. 'Cause I don't need it. Okay, and now we'll find that. And that was 336. That do not contain. And now we're going to duplicate, copy, description tool, shared, save. Oh, I did it twice. Well, so it should have, okay, that's at 243. At 2, okay. Why did you do, okay, whatever. Okay. So it's in the shared. So now it should show up. So manage set. And we filter set. Oh, there it is. Okay, all physical sets that named. Okay. This is physical titles. Do not contain. I probably can't use a comma, can I?
I think you can. We'll find out.
Yeah. Well, not private site is active. Set. This job might take a while. Confirm. Now we'll see if Alma purposefully loads incomplete records into the sandbox. On the plus side, working with indication rules doesn't actually mess up your records, so we could, if need be, monitor.
It might not finish running before 3.
Well, it's not doing too bad. Just kidding. We'll run it and it won't be here anyway. Okay, I am going to, run indication rule. Put my note in here of
Oh, we could do sort of live as a quick test. If we go into Pierce's Alma and we do an advanced search for physical titles in the reference location, that should be a pretty small
pretty
set,
small. Okay.
and the indication rule should probably run pretty quickly. So I think step one is,
Make a smaller set.
make a logical set of physical titles in a reference location or in their reference location.
Okay. No active.
Oh, and content type should be physical all titles.
Correct. Okay, physical titles, keyword,
No, don't do keyword. Click on the
do
advanced.
location. Yes.
Yeah.
Victoria, what's your reference location code?
I believe that is, hold on.
Right. Click on the magnifying glass with the plus instead.
Will it give me an actual drop?
Yes, it will. Sorry, on the left, the magnifying glass with the plus.
Oh, thing I never saw before. Okay.
Do I think Holdings?
Physical
I think it's under Holdings.
item
Uh,
location equals
There you go.
and
FS reference. There you go.
yeah.
there we go. Okay,
see
4,000. So these are
Okay. And then let's go into the metadata editor. And we'll find that
rule and put it in
indication rule.
shared.
Yeah.
You know, it's fun
If
to try
we-
to get people to say metadata editor faster.
Okay. And that was a 6. And shared. All right. It is there now. Set.
Well, that was a lot quicker. Oh, maybe not.
pesky initialization.
Oh. It's okay.
Oh, well.
Practice. Oh, and it completed with errors.
I found
Let's see
3
what-
records.
Physical. Okay. Of 3 errors found. For detail. I don't.
I think this means we can go back into sets and
Yeah.
look
For
for
it.
the set name.
Okay.
Hit. Can you get to the records? Okay, yeah. Catalog set. Or sorry, catalog set will open things up in the metadata editor.
Too many records in catalog set cannot be more than
Hit cancel,
200.
hit cancel.
Oh,
Hit
now I
cancel.
have.
No, actually, no. This is all the physical titles. Go back, cancel and go back.
Oh, that. Yeah. Right.
Click
Yes.
on the button
Okay.
with the 3 dots. Members.
Members.
That just gave me a confirmation of exactly how many items can be held in the metadata editor.
Editor. Let's see how many. Okay. Well, yours is done now too. Okay. So. Wow. So Alma has all kinds. 64,000. And since these are physical titles, they shouldn't be
Oh,
any
that
ebook.
first one is hurting my head.
Oh,
Oh, but do you see that it has a physical item attached to it?
Yes, that's why I said it's hurting my head.
Right.
Because the subject is electronic books.
Mhm.
Arr,
Well, no, I think when they load the
fake.
I think they put deliberately wrong things in there.
Yeah, so that you can test stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, so 18 though in your reference section. So now if we run the norm rule for the books on this set, that'll create the fields, yeah?
Should. Yes.
Okay, so how do we run a norm rule? We go to norm rules and
I'm gonna have to leave because I've got another meeting in 5 minutes and I need a short break first.
okay.
So,
We will keep recording though.
yay,
And
we figured things out.
okay, so this is yours.
The only way that I know how to do a norm rule is to open a record up in the metadata editor, Control
And
Alt
run it.
E, and then do a and enhance the record. That's what
Okay,
they call it.
so
If you created a process, you can run a job and run the set through a job.
yeah, so this, okay, so that's right. I think we have directions in here on how to create a process. Yes, create the process. And there's that. So we do configure resources cataloging, choose task to add to the process, mark 21 bib. Okay, so I'm gonna just close that guy. We'll
Yeah.
just solve your problem, Victoria. Um, okay, so it said we go to, okay, configuration, resources,
Cataloging. I don't remember what was next after that.
cataloging, metadata.
Configuration.
Here, I got an idea. I'm gonna pull that over here so I can actually read it at the same time.
Dual monitors.
Yep, okay. Metadata configuration. And
Mark
then Mark 21
21
bibliographic. And then normalization processes tab. Add. So you've got this, you've got it. So we don't even need to add, we can just run it. Choose a task.
You should be able to run it through just going to admin.
Okay, and then run a job then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So it was there. So now we go admin, run a job. And now we're gonna do it's a bib
Bib normalization. That might be source type.
type. Okay.
No.
Mark 21 bib
21 bib
normalization.
normalization. Okay, and then we should have yours down here.
Mhm.
Run a job, select the job. Next.
Did you create a set of those 18 records?
The physical ref titles without 336. Yes. Because it's itemized. So yeah, it was already filtered. And we've got that one. Yep, 18.
Submit.
Okay, so then, yeah, if we can write up all the screen capturingness of what we did today, then it would be like you could theoretically go through your entire collection, like not like maybe super quickly, but like at least systematically.
Mhm.
And it would be replicable without being like absolutely
Agonizing.
yeah. This is I learned so much from these meetings, and I feel bad that I'm the one that's like doing the things and that Kirsty is the one knowing the things. Because I'm just sitting here being the mouse controller and learning. But okay, so what we're gonna do is that's our describe the problem, and we don't even need the rule stuff in here because we basically used all share stuff. So we've got the community norm rules, we've got the indication rule. I'm gonna put that one first. And So create physical typeset filter that must be folder menu, that one, and then this is where we run the process.
Mhm. Create and run the process.
Mm. And and basically what we did was today we tested community indication rule to create a set of print ref titles to run existing normal. Okay, well, this was excellent. And we meet again in 2 weeks. So I think if you know this is a project you're eager to work on, Victoria, you might practice in the meantime. And if not, we will basically just go ahead and tackle this, like the repetition of this until we can create a beautiful set of directions. And we'll just keep doing it, I guess.
Mhm.
Okay. Well, it's 3:03, so I'm gonna let you go because I know libraries aren't open that much later, and some of you may need to go close the library. But this was a great day, and we've solved. Let's see if we've done it. It was only 18. Yep, it did it. Let's see what it says. Records processed. Successful. None skipped. Okay.
Yay.
Woohoo. Yeah, and like there's no reason why you couldn't have like you can't do an entire ginormous set of tens of thousands of records. Obviously, it would just take way
Longer.
longer. Yeah. Um, and if you wanted to be able to actually check the work, you might not want to. But set of 18, if you want to go in and check them and make sure that everything turned out the way we expected, then
Mhm.
we will be well on our way. Okay. Well, thanks all. And I will stop share.
All right.